As of today, June 20, 2025, the Atlantic hurricane season has had an incredibly quiet start, with no named storms forming in the basin. This is unusual, but not unprecedented. This marks the first time since 2014 that the Atlantic has remained inactive this late into June. On the other hand, the Pacific has been incredibly active, producing 5 named storms already: Alvin, Barbara, Cosme, Delilah, and Eric. 2 of those storms reached hurricane strength, and Hurricane Eric recently became the earliest major hurricane on record for the Pacific Basin. This level of early season activity is nearly a month ahead of schedule for the region. So, the question is, why is the Atlantic dead quiet while the Pacific is surging with storms? To boil it down, there are several atmospheric and oceanic factors at play. In the Atlantic, strong vertical wind shear is disrupting storm formation by preventing thunderstorms from organizing into cyclones. This 5-day average bulk shear forecast from the GFS model paints a very hostile environment for tropical development across most of the Atlantic, with strong shear going against storm motion. Even looking 5 days further, the environment barely changes. Additionally, widespread Saharan dust outbreaks have been injecting dry, stable air into the tropical Atlantic, further suppressing convection. If that wasn't enough, sea surface temperatures in the region have also been average to slightly cooler than normal, though this is less consequential than the other reasons, reducing the heat energy available to fuel storm development. Meanwhile, the eastern Pacific has experienced mostly favorable conditions. Sea surface temperatures are running mostly above average, providing ample heat energy to support tropical development. Hostile wind shear has been lower than the Atlantic, and a favorable phase of the Madden-Julian Oscillation, or MJO, has enhanced thunderstorm activity across the Pacific and lessened it across the Atlantic, and the MJO will struggle to move on to phases that are favorable for the Atlantic. Stronger trade winds from the Atlantic are also feeding extra moisture into the Pacific, potentially contributing to the unusually active start. This combination of factors has led to the rapid storm development, including Hurricane Eric's explosive growth into a major hurricane a couple days ago. So now, looking ahead, when might the Atlantic wake up? Historically, the first named storm forms by June 20th, so we're already at the typical timeline. In the short term, the National Hurricane Center isn't monitoring any areas of concern through the next 7 days, and long-range models don't suggest any significant development before early July. Taking a look again at the GFS model, the Atlantic should struggle to pump out any tropical activity through at least the next 2 weeks. However, the season is still expected to be near to above average overall. NOAA forecasts between 13 and 19 named storms, 6 to 10 hurricanes, and 3 to 5 major hurricanes. And Colorado State University is predicting 17 storms, 9 hurricanes, and 4 major hurricanes. These projections take into account the potential for conditions to become more favorable later in the summer. For the United States, the most active and dangerous period typically happens from August and October, when ocean temperatures peak and atmospheric patterns favor storm formation and landfall. Of course, that doesn't mean early season storms can't be impactful. Just one landfalling system can cause serious damage regardless of the overall seasonal pace. As we head toward July and August, wind shear and dry air are expected to gradually ease, which could open the door for development, particularly in the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico. Hurricane season has only just begun, and preparation is key to getting through it safely.